Hello everyone, it is Wizaldo or Wesley, and today I'm going to be taking a look at OP13 Limb just one more time. Now, today's video is going to be a little bit different from what I normally do. Typically I'll play a game, show off a deck list, kind of walk through it, but today I'm going to be testing out this deck list for once. I'll be playing more than one game and kind of testing and changing the deck as I go. I'm trying to get to a point where I feel comfortable with the Limb deck that I have and kind of finalize how I want it to be run and all the pluses and minuses in it. Now, before I really hop into the video, I want to call out one more time that once I hit 500 subscribers, I'll be showing a video of me that went viral about 6 years ago when I was 15 or 16. It went viral on TikTok and got like 7 million views and reposted all over Instagram and YouTube. So just a little incentive there to subscribe. And if I hit 1,000 subscribers before the Nationals event in Las Vegas, I will be doing a vlog, which will also kind of serve as a face reveal a little bit more than my viral video of me, just because I don't really look quite like that anymore. Anyways, I'll hop through the deck list that I'm starting with today. Playing OP13 Limb, of course. She can rest 3 of her Dawn, set 1 Dawn from her Dawn deck as rested, and then play a 5-cost or lower Odyssey character from her hand. So it serves as a really strong ramp and board fill tool. I'm currently running 4 of the 1-cost Limb, a really good turn 1 play. It also really helps to protect your board in certain scenarios. 2 of the Tsunami that prevents one of the opponent's Dawn from becoming active in their refresh phase, 4 of the Searcher Limb, 3 of the 2K Audio, 4 of the Sabo that draws cards, 4 of the Doflamingo that restands itself at the end of the turn, 3 Ace that can rest, it's also a 2K, 4 of the Enel for card draw and a little bit of hand adjustment, 3 of the Mihawk that can restand a character, 2 of the Sanji. Initially I was kind of against the Sanji, but I think it can sort of help with the on play if you're trying to go wide and play a little more aggressive. I don't want to run more than 2 though. I also might think about cutting it, just depending on how the deck feels. 3 of the 10-cost Shanks that sets all Dawn as active, because you can still use leader effect after you do it. 4 Usohachi, 3 Magellan for the Emu and Roger matchup, 3 of this Douglas Bullet. It's really strong for ending the game into Emu, just because it'll rest all of the opponent's blockers. 2 of this Demonic 9 Sword style Ashura Deadman's game, because it can let you rest 2 characters to go for game, and it also serves as a 3k counter. And then 2 Hell's Judgment for the Zoro matchup. I will say the Zoro matchup is probably really rough. I haven't played it yet, but I expect it to be very much a pain, just because they'll be resting all of your important stuff and swinging into it, just because everything here is in the range of Tashigi, other than the big characters. Anyways, I'm going to hop into some games now and kind of talk as I go. It'll be a little less edited than normal, I will warn, just because I'll have so much to edit if I do, but I will still try and cut out a lot of the quiet parts. Alright, I'm playing into a Roger. Lim wants to go first every time, so I'm definitely going to take that. I have a turn 1 play, so I keep this. It's really nice to hit a good curve on this deck, so I really want to prioritize that. Alright, I think I start with the Doflamingo, just to get some stuff out on board, and then start putting some pressure on my opponent's life. I'll activate this first. My opponent's going to get a lot of 6k swings. I think I take this first one, just because I need to kind of get a little bit better of a hand going. I will start with playing the Sabo, because it's a really strong card, and I would like to get a ton of things out on board and start drawing, because a bigger hand size into this matchup will probably be very helpful. And I'll probably go 2 7s at my opponent. My goal should be to get them low early, so that, say I play a Shanks or a Douglas Bullet, it'll be easier to deal with them later. Next turn, I'll probably look to Magellan, just to slow down their turn a little bit more. Alright, I'll end turn, set Dofi as active, and then set the Sabo as active, so they're forced to swing into life. They do go to 8 here, I believe, so they're going to get the +2 on the Douglas Bullet. Don't have any 2Ks, which is a little scary, other than this audio. So I will start by countering with the audio, and then I'll probably block and counter this one. Alright, I get another Sabo, that's really nice. So I definitely play the Magellan. My opponent gets delayed to 8 another turn. Although they might still hit it with a on-play effect. Their Magellan, or their Douglas Bolt is reduced though, so I'm going to swing 6 into that. And then I can swing really big at life. I'll go a 7. And then an 8. I get to draw a card there, which is awesome. I'll end my turn. Set the Doflamingo's active and set the Sabo's active. My opponent has a ton in hand. Okay, yeah, they are going to get their 10th on, but only at the end of the turn. If I counter out here, they're probably going to swing into it again, which does benefit me, just because I don't want to take that 9k. I forgot about that 7k though, I don't know why. I thought it was a blocker for some reason. They're going to get that, and then I'll probably take this one to life. But I do get a Doflamingo, which is nice. I think I just dropped the 10 cost Shanks here, and play a Doflamingo. Leave a little bit of Dawn up though. Activate all of them. Use this to play a Doflamingo. Could also play an Anel, but I'm not certain. I think the Doflamingo is the right play here. And then I have to leave one Dawn up for the Deadbands game just in case. But I'll just swing a few 7s at life. I get to draw one there, but it's nothing great, which is a little bit rough. End my turn, use Doflamingo, and then set the Sabo's active. Next turn I can swing really big at life using the Shanks. I don't think Roger really runs a ton of blockers, so I am going to use the Deadman's game here. I'll take this one, see what happens, see what I get. Okay, I think I should take this one as well, but then they could use their Roger, which is a little scary. Their 10 cost Roger. Though if I took there I would have had another swing, so that was probably the right play. But I can do this to set them down to a 5k or 7k, and then I'll just swing wide. I think that's my best bet for surviving. Alright, we get a counter event there. Maybe they don't have another counter event. I can cross my fingers. They do. That's rough. I'll swing there. I pretty much lose this, guaranteed, but I'll set that as active. Counter. I have to take this. Ooh, and a rush character. I think I played that halfway decent. Opponent had a lot of counter in hand. Maybe I should have played a little more aggressive early, or swung at their board a little bit more. I'm going to try the deck list the same one more time. Alright, if my opponent is smart, they'll pick first. Choose second. I get a turn 1 play. I'm not going to... I think this is the perfect hand to play into an Emu. Get this from the get-go, and my turn, set that limit is active. My opponent probably wants to search for their removal. They're going to trash a 5-0. There's okay. I'll play the limb. Actually, I think I play the Doflamingo here to kind of up the ante for my opponent. Just because the Doflamingo is going to be a bigger swing next turn, and I think that kind of pressure early is what really makes this matchup easy. Alright, I definitely just block. I don't think they have anything they can use to really punish me for blocking there. Yeah. Alright, here I just deploy Limb, I think. And I'll grab... I think the only thing here I can grab is the Nami. And then I'll leader effect to play the Anel. And I'll discard, I'll trash. This is a rough one. I have a lot of 2Ks. I'll get rid of the Nami and the Ace. Oh, maybe the Ace is something I should have hung on to. Wasn't really thinking there. Something like this, just in increasing order. Probably block this one, right? or 2k, or 3k, wow. Alright, and turn, I want to limb, Doflamingo, and then set my Null as active, just so they can't clear my board by swinging into it. Next turn, I will probably drop a Magellan to delay them hitting 10 for a turn. Just because I have a pretty good board built up. But it would be a good idea. No, dropping Magellan is right. I was thinking about trying to hit 10, but it's not going to do me much. Yeah, I get rid of that. I'll take this one. I have 2 Magellans I can drop now. So I'll deploy Magellan. Force my opponent to go down 1 Don. And then gain 1 to play a Doflamingo. And swing 5s and 6s that way. So they're at 5, which is really bad for them. They're going to hit 7 next turn. So they'll hit 10 in 2 turns. Playing another Magellan probably isn't a great idea. But if I do and they clear this Magellan, then I have the option of doing a little bit more. Alright, I want to limb, then Doflamingo, and then stand the NL. I hit 10, so I can Shanks. But I'm not sure if that's a great idea. I might just want to swing at them with my board like really, really tall. They do get another blocker, which means they're probably going to clear my blocker. And I just take this again. I don't want to be losing any value here. Sabo is definitely the move for what I should play. And then I'll just swing tall and wide. Maybe 6s. 6s are gonna prevent my opponent from really wanting to counter. So maybe I'll do 2 6s and then tall from there. Maybe more if I see some events out of hand. Yeah, I'll swing another 6. And then a really, really big swing with this last one. Just so they block it instead of using a card from hand. So that, and then I'll set the Sabo's active just because I want to be able to swing with the Sabo to generate some value. Now this turn I should start countering out of my opponent's swings, just because I don't want to fall below 2 this early. Okay, I'm going to counter this one. Need to keep my characters on board. They're probably going to play a Mars to get rid of it, or a War Fury. Okay, really blockering up here. Seeing a Shanks Mihawk might be a good play. Going to swing with my Magellan first. See what I can get from that if they block it. Okay, we get a 2k. Then I will Shanks over the Magellan. Activate all my Don. Swing another 6. I want to gauge what my opponent's gonna be blocking, because if I want to get really high value out of this, I'm going to want there to be no blockers on the field. Alright, my opponent kind of just took it and threw there to concede. Deck feels, again, really good in the emo. And I had a Hell's Judgment, so I could have taken that life and then played a Magellan and gotten them behind even more. Yeah, this deck list feels good, pretty good. I didn't see a Sanji, so I do think I'm going to cut it now. I'm going to replace it with a Mihawk. I am curious what else I should put in. I run 2, 5, 8, 12 2Ks, so I definitely don't need a 2K. Let me see what my other Odyssey options are. This Nico Robin is interesting. I think I want to make the other matchups a little bit easier. So Roger and Ace. Maybe getting some removal in here would help. But I want removal with counter just in case I'm playing into an Emu. That way it doesn't feel horrible. think this Newgate might be the move. I see a lot of people run it. KO a 3 or less. I don't think that's really gonna hit much. It does hit the Douglas bullet that, not this one, but the 3 cost that Roger runs, which is pretty nice. So I can rest a 5 cost from Roger. Say, I don't know, what does Roger run that's a 5? Roger. Could rest this Odin. I don't think a lot of them run it. Maybe rest like an Inuarashi. I don't know if they run that either. It's mainly going to target the bullet. I can check my own list. Here, I'm going to save this real quick. This isn't the one I'm going to go in with, though. Roger runs not a lot of 5s, so it's not generating a ton of value there. Doesn't run a lot of 3s either. It runs 3s and 2s. Go back to the limb. I could just run some green removal in order to look at the 1k counter spot. Could always cut another Mihawk. Chopper's not doing much for me. That's not going to do anything on the turn it's played. This might be decent. It leaves up 3 Don to use leader effect. Cost of 8 or less. It doesn't hit a lot of Roger's stuff either, but it does hit some of Ace's. Speaking of Ace, what does the Newgate hit in Ace? I know it hits the Marco, which is nice. That it's able to rest the Marco just so they don't get a ton of value from it. Other than that, Yamato doesn't KO. It's not going to KO anything, which is a little rough, but resting is always rough for Ace. Okay, let me pull that back up. Carrot. It's definitely something I could think about. Oops, let me load this. I get the on-play effect. Definitely would want to run 2. I'd probably cut the Mihawk again. Just because, I mean, you either search the Mihawk and end the game with it. That's the main tool it's used for. Or you use it as a 1k counter. Or you draw into it. I'm going to test it out with the carrots in, because carrots are going to help for Roger. Because I'll be able to prevent the Gabans from unresting, the bullets from unresting, and those are the really strong early game pressure. And then for Ace, if I manage to rest one, it'll freeze the Marcos. The Yamatos, I mean both Yamatos, the Marcos, the Jozus, I feel like it's a pretty good option. I'm going to test this out now. Pretty decent amount of counter. I have a Mihawk off the get-go. I'll keep this and then pass my first turn. Wow, 2 Izos off the get-go. And they get a Marco. Alright, I'll play... Sabo's going to protect itself a little better than the Limb, so I'm going to play the Sabo off the get-go. And then I'll just end turn. I do wonder how important it is to mulligan for the 1-cost Limb, but I think we'll probably find out this game. My opponent will probably swing into the Sabo. I might have to give up this Mihawk for counter. Chances are they're going to play the, what's it called? The Marco, but they're not going to be able to attach any Donda leader. Yeah, so they do that. I'm going to counter with the Mihawk. Dang, nothing off that, but I can search with it. And I'll grab a Doflamingo or an Enel. I do need to see some different things in hand. I think I'll get rid of the Hell's Judgment. Doflamingo, yeah, I'll just get rid of the... And oh, I probably should have taken the Doflamingo. I need my opponent to be swinging at life, so that wasn't the right play. But all leader effect, play the NL. I'll get rid of a Shanks and a Hell's Judgment. Drew into another Mihawk, which is really nice. Then I'll just swing 6 life. So I want to reserve this Mihawk for ending the game, just because my opponent is going to have a ton of cards in hand. So swinging stuff they won't be able to counter out of would be nice. Alright, and they're going to use leader effect, pitching a Newgate. Is that one they searched earlier? No. So they probably have more Newgates in hand, just because they're willing to pitch one when they have an I Am Whitebeard in their hand. You go to 6. Hopefully they don't have a Yamato. That would be a little rough, just to play on curve. Okay, they have a Jozu. I don't hate getting like what'll probably be a limb back in hand. Sabo, interesting. It is a one attacking, so it is harder to get value out of. I think I counter here too with an NL. I just don't want them to clear my board, but I also want to play smart with keeping my board big. I'm at 9. Yeah, I definitely should have taken that, what's it called? Doflamingo before. I think I just play this, and then leader effect to get this. I'll pitch a Shanks. No, I'll pitch a Bullet. I don't think Bullet's going to be great in this matchup. I think the Shanks might be. Maybe I'll pitch the Ace too. Yeah. I'll just go 6 at life. I can go another 6 at life. 2 bricks in hand if I'm counting the event, and 3 usable counter cards. Okay, they don't get a ton of value from that, which is really nice. Because if they had a Dawn attached, they'd get 3 cards instead of 2. So now I should probably just go really, really wide, swinging 8s. Do they play the 10 cost? They do, okay. So I should probably drop the 10 cost Shanks and just set up for going for lethal. He does take it, which is a little scary. I'm gonna have 2 really big swings coming at me. I'm gonna go straight to my board. Is that a 9 and a 10? I think I just have to let them through. I'll be able to play the Shanks and replenish my board a bit. Yeah, so I'll play the Shanks, activate all my Dawn. Then I'll do the scary effect that Lim can do. But I should probably swing 8 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Be able to swing 10. I probably should have swung. It doesn't really matter. Go 10 life. And then hopefully I'll get the block here from Newgate. And then I'll be able to send 10 into Jozu and clear it. Ooh, that's rough. Then in that case, I'll just leave the 3 up and take what I got. Starting with the 10 might have been better there, just because I want my opponent to really reduce what they have in hand. Going up big, again, is rough, but I do have a big body out on board that I'll be able to use pretty aggressively. I think I'm going to let them take the now and force them to swing at life. I do have a lot of counter, so I think using the counter feels better here because I keep my life high for when they're going to swing a bunch of really big things at me. Interesting, I just take this. Alright, what can I play to... How can I play aggressive this turn? I think I start by swinging big into Jozu. Maybe I should have attached 2 there, just so my opponent couldn't block and then trash a card from hand to... Okay, I get the Jozu, nice. I'll send some 8s at life. I do have another... I can still do the Mihawk play and save 1 for later. Okay, they pitch a Rad Beam, interesting. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I have to think about this strategically just because I want to get as much value as possible. Interesting. I just swing big here. I think that's the right play. Yeah. Probably get a 2k, 1k from them. I think, yeah, they use the Rad Beam as counter fodder. They take. Okay, awesome. Next turn, I have the... I would really hope they waste their Dawn on another 10 cost Newgate, because then I can just rest them using the Dead Man's Game and go for game. But they still have a ton of cards in hand, so that might be difficult too. Can Uta. And a Yamato, okay. Could still maybe go for game. Something I need to think about playing this right. Alright, they're getting a lot of cards in hand, so I don't think I want to go for game quite yet. If they swing into my NL, I think I have to let them take it. Interesting. Then maybe I punish them for this. This is a 3 cost. See that effect? I'll trash the Nami, trash the Sabo. And now they just have to swing at my life and board. That isn't my really big character. So I can Usohachi. Do have to let this one through. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I Usohachi to rest the Uta. Oh no, it's a 6/5 or less, so I can't rest the Uta. How do I do this then? Let's see. She had some cycle in hand, a lot of weird things. I'll do this then. Rest those. And I'll start with a 6 at life. That leaves me with 1, 2, to swing a 7 with Lim a couple times. I'm hoping they have a lot of bricks in hand and this is punishing for them. 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I could 2 and 2. I think this might be the better option depending on what they have in hand. Okay. So I can be pretty certain that I can't go for game. Gotta play the Mihawk. To unrest this. I think I want to swing at board. Swing this into Newgate, I think, because that's the biggest swing. Probably doesn't defend that, yeah. Then I end turn. I need to survive. He has 3 swings that'll probably throw at me. Okay, that's rough. I don't know if I can deal with this now, unless I draw into another Dead Man's Game. I definitely don't think I can deal with it now. Okay, Dead Man's Game, Usohachi. But I am a tad bit screwed here. I'm gonna 2K, play safe. I'll take this one. Okay, dang, I was really hoping they'd swing with the Newgate. Start with a 6 life. Maybe a 7. Try and bait out that leader effect. And then I'll use Enel to search for something to rest. So that leaves me with 3 left. Oh, nice, I drew into it. Trash the Hell's Judgment and a Limb. Rest these 2. I definitely don't think I can end, but... Actually, I'm guaranteed to not be able to end, but... It was a pretty good go. Then I probably get leader effect here. I'll prime the good game. Yeah. I'm gonna end my turn. Can I block this? I got 6, 7, 8. I can block it. I'm not gonna debate them, trust. Interesting. Are they gonna touch it all to Uta? Oh, they're gonna go with Goldie Roger. Makes sense. That was a good one. I think I played pretty well. Alright, I'm gonna close it off there. This is the deck list I'm gonna end it with. I'm gonna give it some more testing, but I think this is a really solid spot for it. I switched out the Douglas bullets with this 9-cost Zoro, and the reason for that is I felt like there were turns where I was at like 9 or 10 Don, and my opponent was a little bit behind me, where I needed to play something big to end the game next turn, or to just really slow down my opponent, and I wasn't seeing it with the Douglas bullet, and the matchups where Douglas bullet is good are winning matchups for Lim as a whole anyway, so I think weakening the winning matchups a bit by just playing well to get that strength back, and running this 9-cost Zoro for the Roger matchup is a pretty good idea. So I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to give it some more testing. Maybe I'll do another video on it, but for now this is what I think is really good. This is where I'm going to leave it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. It helps out a ton with engagement and reach. If you want to give me some feedback, leave a comment, maybe just say hi. I'll always respond. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. It helps me out a ton. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.